Hi everybody, Dana Sparks, broker of Maximum One Greater Atlanta Realtors, and today's contract tip or video tip has to do with showing protocol and working with buyers in this environment that we're in. This is April now, 2020, and we are still in the environment of dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic and lots of changes or alterations temporarily for people interacting with others based on all kinds of state executive orders, county and citywide executive orders, and so forth and so on. First of all, just wanted to reiterate that per the Homeland Security document that is called the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, the CISA document that came out on March 28th, where it does talk about essential businesses. It does specifically state that real estate and settlement services are considered an essential business. And I will link that document below, but it is in the section where it talks about other community or government-based operations and essential functions. And at the very bottom of that section, it specifically states that commercial, hang on one second, I'll read it to you. It specifically states that residential and commercial real estate services, including settlement services. So those are considered critical infrastructure businesses. And in the here in the state of Georgia, in Governor Kemp's latest executive order that came out, he does reference essential businesses. He refers back to this Homeland Security document. So just wanted to let you know that real estate is absolutely, not only is it essential, you guys, it is vital to our economy right now that real estate agents are out there working, helping buyers and sellers still in the business of real estate. So regarding that, just wanted to have this video a little bit about working with buyers and some suggested guidelines for protocols of working with buyers in this environment right now. Now here at Maximum One, we have come up with a buyer showing protocol as well as an addendum for a buyer brokerage agreement. And we did consult with attorneys, and I especially want to thank Amee Davis of Davis & Associates of Georgia for helping draft these documents. I will link them below. If you are not a Maximum One agent, please check with your broker and with your affiliated attorneys regarding the use of any such document. Also, if you go to the Georgia Association of Realtors website, there is a lot of resources that they have put out there for how to conduct your business under the health threat of COVID-19. So please check those resources as well. But just a couple of things to bring to your attention regarding how to interact with buyers right now. So in the buyer brokerage addendum agreement, we have put in there some information. Not only do we need to disclose to buyers and sellers that with what is going on with COVID-19, the pandemic, that it has created a unique challenge in the industry because we do have people that want to see people's homes. I've done previous videos regarding all sorts of creative ways to show homes without having to actually be there in person. But there are situations where real estate buyers need to actually go see a house in person. And we have created a buyer brokerage addendum where it does put some disclosures in there, and so that people are all on the same page regarding any risks that they undertake when seeing a house or when showing a house. It does include the CDC guidelines as well as some hold harmless language for agents and brokers. Additionally, there is a showing protocol, and I know several brokers have been creating something that is a COVID-19 home showing protocol requirements, an agreement, and hold harmless agreement, because I've seen several of those come across from other brokers, and Maximum One also has created one. And basically this document does have a place where you specifically list the address of the property, and it is signed by the buyer. Some of the things, and it does have some hold harmless language in there as well as disclosures regarding what are the appropriate protocols during this time for a buyer to see a home. Some of these things include taking off your shoes, only the principal, only in the property, to eliminate to have as few people as possible in interacting in the house. Some of them, the agent might stay outside the house. Some of them, the agent might go in and attend the showing. But I just wanted to highlight just a couple of issues or concerns for you guys to consider when working with buyers during this time right now. Again, definitely you want to point out the CDC guidelines regarding people maintaining a distance of 6 feet apart. Definitely fewer than 10 people at a time. And I can't imagine a situation where there would be more than 10 people actually seeing a house right now. You might want to limit it to just the buyer only, the principal only, not the buyer's extended family, but the buyers who would be on the contract, requiring a pre-approval letter from a lender so that you know the buyer is ready, willing, and able to buy at this time. You listing agents, I would perhaps consider a special stipulation in the listing agreement that the seller will only allow the actual buyer principal in the property. Again, not the extended family. And again, this potentially is a challenge right now with schools not being in session. There are a lot of people that have their children at home. Well, when buying a house, they might need to make other arrangements to have somebody watch their kids, or not attend the buying appointment, or staying in the car, keep the windows open. Just some ideas to consider. Also, listing agents, perhaps when you put a lockbox on the property, you want to program your lockbox so it's just a CBS code. So there has to be a call before showing code so that you know when somebody is accessing the lockbox, or they need to get permission prior to accessing the lockbox. Also, perhaps you don't want to put the lockbox actually on the door, but put the key in the lockbox and make sure the seller has the possession of the lockbox, so the seller knows when there's going to be a showing, the seller has approved of the showing, and puts the lockbox out on the front porch or by the front door. That could be a way to also just exert a little bit more knowledge or control over who is accessing these properties. Additionally, you definitely at this time want to make it probably appointment only, and that appointment only, consider just appointment with the agent, not necessarily using showing time, so that there has to be a conversation between the selling agent and the listing agent. Listing agents, if you are using a showing protocol form, you would want to consider making that form available through the MLS service to a potential buyer's agent, so that they can see that form and complete that form before actually entering the property. Additionally, fair housing. Whatever you guys are doing, you buyer's agents as well as you listing agents, whatever protocols, procedures, policies, guidelines you have in place for showing property to buyers and listing property, or sellers allowing buyers in to see property, you must be consistent and use the same procedures and protocol for every buyer, so that you do not violate any fair housing laws inadvertently during this time. Additionally, you listing agents, y'all might want to take advantage of actual 3D virtual tours. There is a company out there, I'm not sure of any other companies doing this, there may be, but there is a company out there called Visually Sold. They have these really cool 3D walking virtual tours of properties where it gets filmed in such a way that the person seeing this visual tour, this virtual tour of the property with the mouse, you actually walk through the property. The person watching this virtual tour guides him or herself through the property with the mouse. So you walk up the stairs, you turn to the right, you see what's up the right, you turn to the left, you look up, you look down. Again, I'll link Visually Sold below. Just a fabulous, it's a really cool thing anytime, but especially now. Really great way for you listing agents to show a property and for you buyers agents to help a buyer see a property before actually before the buyer wants to go see that in person. Additionally, for you buyers agents, you might want to have your buyers drive through the neighborhood prior to them actually seeing a property. Again, some of these issues are things that they would want to do anyway. Make sure they like the location, the area, the proximity to work, the proximity to grocery stores, movie theaters, restaurants, things that they would do, schools, so forth and so on. And then another caveat is buyers, when you are walking through a home, if you are taking pictures yourself or video yourself, please know that that is for your personal use. And buyers, you do not have permission, and selling agents, make sure you also know you do not have permission to put these videos of someone else's home, even if it is up for sale, on your social media. You don't have their permission to do that. Now, listing agents and the listing agreements, you do have that permission to do that, but you buyers agents and you buyers, you don't have permission to put these video tours on your social media that you are taking when you are viewing property yourself. So again, I will link these documents below. There are many other resources out there. Check with your broker, check with an attorney, check with the Georgia Association of Realtors site. If you're not in Georgia, check with your own state Association of Realtors site, check with the National Association of Realtors site. There are lots of resources out there. All of us, we will get through this together. We are so blessed to be in a position to help the public with their buying and selling needs, and housing and real estate is always a vital industry and an essential business, but even more in order to keep the economy going and boost the economy, we've got to keep doing our jobs, and we've got to be of service out there to buyers and sellers. We just need to do it carefully, cautiously, and just keeping what is going on in mind with this COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic. Thank you guys so much for watching, and that's it. Dana Sparks, broker of Maximum One Greater Atlanta Realtors, satisfying your needs with service, innovation, and education.